So for this week's sequence, we're going to look at Titibhasana or firefly pose. So if you've never done that one before, it is a straight arm balance, whereas many of our arm balances in our yoga postures are bent arms. For example, crow pose, Kundanyasana, and many, many more. Flying pigeon, mostly bent arms. So this one's a straight arm. All right, so a little bit different approach there. And a lot of inner thigh opening, so a lot of adductors and a lot of straddle work. So you'll see, if you don't know what firefly pose or Titibhasana looks like, you'll see. All right, but again, a lot of opening of the hips, a lot of engagement. So we're going to slowly build towards firefly pose, one of my favorite arm balances. But again, everything that we do as far as arm balance is always optional, but we'll show you how it looks. So we're going to get into a comfortable Shavasana to start off our practice. Not a block heavy sequence, no revolve triangle, no half moon pose. But if you want to use a block or two, please feel free to grab them at this time. All right, otherwise, we'll start in Shavasana. You can get really, really comfortable and relaxed here. Allow the feet to flop out to the sides. You can allow the palms to face up, arms by your sides as well. See if you can take a nice body scan real quick to just try to release any tension here in the body. So allow the feet to flop out. No tension in the arms or the upper body as well. Try to relax the abdominals and the pelvic floor. And we'll start off our practice with a nice big inhale in through the nose. Nice long exhale, let it go. We want to think about pulling the breath past the bottom of the lungs into the pit of the stomach. The belly will rise on the inhale. The belly will softly fall on your exhales. See if you can promote an elongated style of breath. Long inhales, long exhales. Relaxing on every exhale. And perhaps adding a slight constriction to your throat. Incorporating this style of breath in yoga we call Ujjayi Ocean breathing. So a slight constriction of the throat. It might feel like the breath is being pulled against the back of the throat as you pull it down. You might even make a slight snoring sound with your breath. This is again optional, doesn't have to happen, but it might. See if you can spend another moment or two elongating your inhales and your exhales, trying to relax on the exhales. Maybe even taking a moment to set an intention for your practice, or maybe even dedicating your practice to somebody as you move through the rest of our sequence here. We'll take one more big inhale, fill the lungs. Nice relaxing exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go. All right, we're going to start with a round of windshield wipers. You can bring the feet flat to the floor, knees point up towards the ceiling. Allow the knees to rock a little to the left and a little to the right. Be mindful of the lower back as the knees rock a little left and a little right. We'll take one more round of windshield wipers. We'll stop right here in the middle, and we're going to start off with happy baby pose. Soles of the feet point up towards the ceiling. Reach up. Try to grab the blade edge of the feet with the hands, or maybe your peace fingers can grab the big toes. We're trying to pull both knees into the side of the mat while trying to press the low back as flat to the floor as we can. If you like to gently rock a little left to the right in happy baby, you can. We'll be here for a few moments, trying to again press low back flat to the floor. Getting a nice stretch here, starting off this opening of the inner thighs and the adductors as we move through our flow today. Now, if you are rocking back and forth, we'll stop right here in the middle. I'm going to ask you to release your left foot carefully. Continue to keep that grip on your right. Allow the left foot to touch down. Allow your left leg to extend all the way out, pressing your left heel away from you. From here, pull a bent right leg again down into the side of the mat here as you press the left heel away, and then see if you can slowly begin the process of straightening out and extending your right leg out to the side of the room. Now, it might feel like this left hip and glute want to lift up. Try to keep it down while extending out through the right leg. We're going to see if we can perhaps keep a straight leg. If it's bent and somewhere here, that's fine too. Trying to do your best to keep this left glute down. Perhaps you can begin to let go of the right foot. Extend it out there. Create tension in both legs. Left heel's pressing away. Right foot is pointed. Hold for 3, 2, two strong active legs. On one, see if you can get that grip again on that foot, and then slowly bring it all the way back to center. Once again, see if you can release the foot, and without using any arms, try to kiss your knee. We just want to use core strength here. Think about the knee getting closer to the face and the face getting closer to the knee. We'll hold for 3, 2, on 1, slowly lower back down. Drag the left foot in towards you. We'll reach up, grab both feet for happy baby. If you like to gently rock a little left or a little right, you can. And then maintain the grip on the left foot. Slowly releasing right foot. Extend under control, right heel presses away. We want this right leg as straight and strong as we can get it. Think about your right calf maybe even touching down, and then pull the left knee again into side body. Try to keep the right hip down the whole time. Maybe it's challenging. From here, begin to maybe extend that left leg out. Just go to where you can. You can bend and extend a few times perhaps. And then with that left leg extended out there, see if you can really engage the legs by pressing right heel away. Slowly begin to lessen the grip. You can keep the grip, but maybe it gets a little lighter. Maybe you let go of the left hand completely. Point the left foot, flex the right foot. We'll hold for 3, being strong and active here in the inner left thigh. 2. Again, on 1, grab onto that foot. See if you can bring it back to center. Maybe a nice little stretch here. And then we're going to release and see if we can lift. Kiss the knee. Knee approaches face, face approaches knee. We'll hold for 3. Breathe. 2. And then on 1, slowly come back, reach up, see if you can grab onto that left foot again. You can pull that right leg in. We'll see if we can grab onto both. We'll take one last moment in happy baby pose. And then from here, we're going to see if we can extend both legs out at the same time, using a little bit of arm strength and legs to try to open them up as best we can. Now both palms can be used to gently pull the legs open. All right, I promise that this is real. I'm not just having fun with you guys. We're going to see if we can rock up a few times and land on our glutes, sitting up tall, maybe maintaining the grip on the feet. So you can try a 1, maybe a 2, and we'll see if we can rock up and find. I'm glad I stuck it on the first one. I would hate to have to go back and record this again. And then we're going to try to hold, see if we can stay here on the glutes. Proud chest, shoulder blades back, chest presents up. Baddha Konasana. Let's see if we can, maybe a little gracefully than that, bring the feet, soles of the feet touch. Knees open up to the sides. You can interlace the hands underneath of the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to pull the crown of the chest forward, and then we'll round down and tuck into this little ball. Think over time about the forehead approaching the toes as the knees press open. A lot of stretch here on inner thighs. And then this nice rounding of the spine. Again, crown gets closer to toes over time. Breathe. We'll take 3 long inhales and exhales. On your third breath, tuck, 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 really pulling the crown down. Let's slowly, under control, come back up. We'll take a wide leg straddle. So I'm going to extend the legs this time out wide. Bring this over here, just in case. All right, so legs as wide as you can get them to start. We're going to rotate the upper body, get square over the right leg. Then we'll see if we can fold, maintaining a straight spine. So if you recall from last week, we're trying to keep the spine really, really tall. Leading with the chest, we'll move over top of this right leg. We're going to try about 15 or 20 bounces or so. So chest towards the toes. The right foot is flexed back. We're not worrying about the down. We're worrying about the forward. Well, we're not worrying about anything. But we're trying to bounce the chest while keeping the spine straight. Again, chest moves forward. We'll try 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then tuck and round down forward fold. Forehead approaches the right knee or shin. We'll hold for 3. Breathe. Flex the right toes back. 2 on 1. See if you can carefully look up halfway. Palms planted down. Point the right foot. We're going to try 10 lifts. So it's a little lift of the foot. Ready? We'll see if we can lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rotate the entire upper body over left leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Flex left toes back, leading with the chest. See if you can fold forward, but again, leading with chest, not rounding just yet. We're going to bounce chest towards toes. So it's subtle, it's a little bounce. Chest moving towards toes. And again, we're trying to keep the spine straight, so you might get that stretch in the hamstring and the glute rather quickly. We'll see if we can take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then forward fold, round down. Take a few breaths here, flexing left toes back, melting chest over top of left thigh. Long inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. So again, over time, maybe the forehead approaches or touches left knee or shin. Take another long inhale and another long exhale here. Let it go on the exhale. All right, beautiful job. Once again, let's see if we can press ourselves up. Now it's a point. Fingertips down flat here on the mat. We're going to try 10 lifts of this left leg. Do the best you can. Doesn't matter how high you lift the leg, just do the best you can. All right, when you're ready, point the left foot and lift. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. Rotate upper body over top of the middle now here of the legs. Let's inhale, lengthen up, flex the toes back towards you. Again, exhale, lead with your chest, and then we're going to see if we can bounce, chest moving forward. So from this angle, if you can see in the camera, my spine is staying straight. I'm not rounding down. I'm just trying to move forward with the chest. Again, we talked about this last week as well. We'll see if we can take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then fold down and melt. In this stage, if you would like to now point the toes, you can create tension by really pointing your toes and engaging your quadriceps as you melt down towards the floor. Just take a few breaths here. And again, you can really point and engage quads. You'll see why the engagement of the legs and trying to get the legs as straight as we can, how this plays into Titibhasana as we move through. Also, too, I meant to say it's the amount of tension we're trying to create in the legs. You'll see why this plays a role as we move through. So we're trying to take a very active approach in how we kind of work these splits today. All right? A lot to say there. We'll take 2 more long inhales and exhales. All right, again, relax. The chest melts down towards the floor. Final breath here. And see if you can walk yourself all the way back up as we release. Palms plant behind you. See if you can bring your feet onto the mat. Press yourself up into Malasana pose, deep squat, and it might feel quite open after coming right out of what we just did. The knees, the hips might really be open already. So from here, we're going to see if we can use the straight arms this time. We're going to make two fists. The elbows can be used to press the knees open without falling back. We'll straighten up the spine, and we'll see if we can take these little wrist rolls to prep the wrists today. We don't have a typical wrist warm-up like we normally do with the wrist push-ups. So again, we're just circles, and then see if you can take those circles in the other direction while pressing knees open. All right, again, without falling back, we're sitting up nice and tall. We'll do a few more here. I'm just going to change real quick here for the camera. Do a few more of the wrist rolls, press them open, open, open. All right, let's carefully place the palms down, straighten out the legs. Pedal out the feet. You can shift your hips left, maybe shift your hips right. You can bend left knee, bend right knee, shake out the head, yes and no. Relax. Whatever feels good. All right. Take ragdoll arms at this time. Let the upper body hang down. Let the head and neck hang down. Try to hold no tension in the head or neck at all. Again, really try to release the spine as the upper body hangs down. All right. Now, for a moment, see if you can bring your hands to the mat or maybe fingertips or on yoga blocks. It's totally fine. Now, just from this position, our feet are about hip-width distance apart. I'm just going to ask you to create sensation in the inner thighs by pulling or dragging your heels or arches of your feet in towards one another. By doing that, you're going to feel the inner thighs turn on. They don't actually move. We're just creating tension in the inner thighs by pulling the arches of the feet in towards one another. We'll see if we can take this for about 3, 2. On 1, press the feet apart from one another. So now feet are pressing away. Hands are on the floor or on blocks. Heck, you could bring hands to shins. We'll hold for 3. Again, pressing the floor away. Now feeling tension maybe in the outsides. 2. On 1, exhale and forward fold. Let's put a slight bend in the knees. We're going to see if we can round up 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get to standing, big inhale, arms rise, reach up. Option for a back bend as you reach up and back. Exhale, lead with your chest, forward fold. Palms coming all the way down. If you want to scoot the feet together in at this time, all good. We're going to take a very big, slow step of the right foot to the back of the mat. Send it back, 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 back. Right palm touches down. Easy twist. Inhale, left arm rises. Breathe. See if you can exhale and twist a little further while pressing the right heel towards the wall behind us. Breathe. And then when you're ready, slowly release. Left hand comes all the way down. High plank position, left foot steps or slides back. So again, this sensation of dragging, I'm going to ask you to pull your palms down towards your toes and drag your toes up towards your palms. Once again, when I say drag, it doesn't mean actually drag, but create tension by trying to pull the floor in towards one another. So when you're ready, make sure that you tuck your tailbone, begin to pull the feet up and the wrists and palms down. We'll hold for 3. My belly is shaking. 2 seconds. Again, everything's pulling into center body. On 1, down dog. Step the feet up a little bit. Down facing dog. You can send the glutes high in the air. Chest presses down towards toes. Down facing dog. If you would like to pedal out the feet a little bit, here's our first down facing dog, maybe swaying the hips left or right or shaking out the head, yes or no. Do your thing and then find some stillness when you're ready. in downward facing. The feet are about hip width distance. The heels are pressing down. No tension in the head or neck. It just hangs heavy. Fingers are spread wide and slightly turned out. Breath is steady in and out through the nose. Take a nice inhale here. Relaxing exhale as you empty the lungs. At the bottom of your breath, bend your knees, look up. It's a walk, a step, a hop, or a little float. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, round up one vertebrae. Big inhale at the top. Big exhale, swan dive down. Hinge at the hips, coming all the way down. Palms touch down, knees are bent or straight. Big slow step. Left foot back, 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 back. Easy twist, left palm stays down. Inhale, right arm rises. Maybe you're gazing up the fingertips. See if you can rotate your torso while pressing the left heel back. Breathe. Maybe again gazing up the fingertips. Twist, twist, twist. Right palm releases down. Right foot steps or slides back. High plank. Create tension. Tuck your tailbone. Glutes can be higher. You can have almost like a banana shape. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It can be a little higher than normal. All right. Lean forward. Palms pull towards toes. Toes pull towards palms. We'll hold for 3, 2. Down dog on 1. Woo, give your belly a little break there. We'll step the feet up. Down facing dog. Chest pressing down towards toes. Long inhale and exhale here. In and out through the nose. Let's take a nice big inhale. Fill the lungs. When your lungs are full, you're ready to exhale and empty the lungs. Let it go. Now this time at the bottom of your breath, bend the knees, look up. We're going to walk the feet behind the wrists. Malasana pose, deep squat. Option for Bakasana, crow or crane pose. You can stay right here or plant the palms down, lean forward. Perhaps a foot or 2 lifts. You can teeter the brink with the toes down. Maybe we lift up for 3, 2. On 1, let's release. Feet come down, straighten out the legs. Another chance to pedal out the feet or sway the hips, maybe a little left or right. We have 1 sun sal A, 1 sun sal B to move through. So when you're ready, let's put a slight bend in the knees, round up. Inhale when you get to standing. Option for a back bend, reach up and back. And then exhale, swan dive down. Lead with chest, send the glutes back, exaggerate it, forward fold. Palms touch down, legs can be bent or straight. I'm scooting my feet in to touch if you would like to do that as well. No need though. Walk or step it back. High or plank from the knees, elbows in close, chaturanga down. Take your inhale to the back bend of your choice. You can choose Sphinx pose on the forearms, chest forward, shoulders back, ears leave the shoulders. You can take baby cobra, bent elbows, shoulders back, chest forward, or the arms straighten out for upward facing dog. Please realize the same cues for all of them. Chest forward, shoulders back. Engage the core. Let's lift it back. Down facing dog. 3 breaths in and out through the nose. Breathe. At the bottom of your next breath, bend your knees, look up to between hands, step, jump, walk, hop, float, top of mat. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knee, round up. We're going to stop this time when we get to standing. Surya Namaskar B. Variation. Tadasana mountain pose, big toes touch, heels slightly apart, palms face forward. We're standing up nice and tall. Utkatasana chair pose. Think butt towards heels. We'll sink it down nice and low. Inhale, arms and chest rise to the ceiling for chair. Shoulders pulled down and away from the ears as the palms rotate up. The vast majority of the weight is in the heels. We'll see if we can sit the butt back and down. Torso begins to rise. We'll hold for 3, 2. Exhale, forward fold. Palms touch down, legs begin to straighten. Step, walk, hop, or float back, high plank position. We have 3 chaturangas through. Elbows in close, chaturanga down. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Tuck the toes, lift back. Downward facing dog. We're here for a brief moment. Right foot immediately high in the air. Step and place it between the hands. Back left heel pivots down. Inhale, arms rise for warrior 1. Perhaps the palms touch when your lungs are full. You're ready to exhale and press away. Palms touch down. Right foot steps or slides back. Strong core, chaturanga down. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, lift back. Downward facing. Left foot this time high in the air. Step and place it between the hands. Back right heel pivots down. Inhale, arms rise. Warrior 1. The top of your breath, exhale, press away, palms touch down, left foot steps or slides back. 3 of 3, chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog, lift back, downward facing. 3 to 5 breaths in and out through the nose. Downward facing dog, breathe. Big inhale, and then a bigger exhale, let it go. All right, we're going to close it off with one. Bottom of your breath, bend your knees, look up. It can be a walk, a step, a hop, or a jump, top of mat. Exhale, forward fold. All right, from your forward fold, Utkatasana chair. Butt sits down nice and low. Inhale, arms and chest. Rise. Shoulders pulled down and away. Weight is in the heels without falling backwards. Straighten out the spine. Return to Tadasana. Press away, arms by your sides, straightening out the legs. Excellent job. All right. Left foot stays right here. Option, big toe hold. You can modify bringing your right hand to the top of the knee here or the shin, and then in a moment we're going to try to open it up. Other option, if you have the peace fingers, maybe you can grab the big toe. The right leg does not need to straighten out. You can keep a bend here, but we're trying to have the standing leg be as straight as we can. Maybe the right leg does extend all the way out. So we either have big toe hold or the knee/shin in hand. Stay here or B variation. Left hand can take left hip. We'll see if we can open up that right leg to the side, or again, we're here with the knee in hand, and we're opening the knee up to the side. Take any option. We'll hold for 3. Please take that mental note. We've been here once before already in our class, but we were laying down. Probably a little bit easier when we were laying down. We'll hold for 2. On 1, see if you can bring that right foot back to center or knee. We're going to slowly release it, seeing if we can send it back, back, back. Triangle pose. The right foot is on an ever so slight angle. Arms extend out by our sides. Press this left glute to the back of the mat while reaching with left fingertips. Eventually, left hand comes down. Shin, foot, floor, block, or big toe hold. Right hand reaches up. The energy's moving up. So I'm light in this left hand. Do your thing and breathe. All right? We'll see if we can hold for 3. 2. Try to use your obliques on 1. Come all the way up. Pivot your left foot to face the side of the room. I apologize, I'm not facing you. From this position, the distance between our legs right now is very similar to where we were a moment ago in triangle pose. So from here, see if you can once again have that sensation of dragging your arches in towards one another. We'll hold here for 5. Try to create tension in your inner thighs by pulling the floor in. 4, 3, 2. Relax the thighs on 1. See if you can bring your legs into a wide leg forward fold. So whatever feels like a wide distance for you. And once again, pull and drag the floor in for 5. Again, it's inner thighs, the adductors we're trying to really turn on. 4, 3. Squeezing the floor together. 2. Lead with your chest on 1. Melt down, forward fold. You can begin to walk your hands through the legs, perhaps, as the chest begins to work through. Maybe the crown touches down over time. It's up to you. You can continue that engagement of the inner thighs. We just want to breathe here. Chest works through. If you like to take a more passive approach, maybe we're just staying here, breathing, relaxing a little bit more. You'll spend another long breath in our forward fold. Breathe. After your final inhale and exhale, we're going to carefully see if we can release by looking up halfway. I'm going to plant the palms down right underneath of my chest and my shoulders. From here, see if you can lean forward and push into the mat. You might even come up onto tippy toes as you lean and push for 3. See if you can just get a little lighter maybe in the feet. 2. Push on 1. Heels touch back down. Pivot on the feet to face the top of the mat. Chapasana pose. What is Chapasana? All right. Lean forward. See if you can keep your left foot down. You're going to try and reach your left hand back, grabbing the right foot. And then we'll see if we can begin to kick the foot into the hand, trying to make this space behind us as large as we can. We'll just be here for a moment, kicking the foot into the hand. And then release the left hand down. It could be on yoga blocks or on the mat. Right foot high in the air. But I'm going to ask for standing splits. Standing splits meets half moon pose. So the right foot is open. And we want to feel this glute med active. As you've noticed, my foot is not facing. I don't have square hips. My right hip is open. So my foot is flexed and my toes are pointing towards the wall. Lift that right leg as high as you can. Again, a stretch here perhaps in left leg, hamstring, maybe inner thigh, and turning on this right glute med as well. We'll hold here for 1 more breath. I'm on fire. This is hard. And then let's see if we can transition to Warrior 2. So I'm going to bend the left knee, see if my right foot can lightly touch down behind, and then we'll add the arms. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. We'll sink into that left knee, tracking straight, right foot on that angle. Sink it down. Don't let the left knee cave in. Shoulders melt down and away from the ears. We're trying to be stacked, shoulders over hips, and we melt down, not forward, but down. Take 1 more inhale and exhale here. And then straighten out both of your legs. Step your back right foot up just a little bit. Left palm this time on top of the left thigh. Right arm rises. Slide the left hand down the left leg as you press your glutes to the back of the mat. When your hand touches the floor or maybe the foot, see if you can drag it back up. That's 1. Press the glute to the back of the mat. Triangle pose for reps. Maybe you touch the ankle, the foot, maybe the floor. See if you can come back up 1 last time. Press the hip to the back of the mat. Slide the left hand down. 1 last triangle pose. And then again, slide the left hand all the way up. Once again, pivot your left foot to face the side of the mat. Now, this time, heels in. Sit the butt down. combination horse stance or goddess pose. All right, just depends what you want to call it. Without arching the back. Don't stick the butt out. Don't arch. Try to tuck your tailbone and see if you can sit down. The knees are opening. Hands can be in prayer if you would like to lift heels. My concern is knees opening to open inner thighs. So knees are pressing out. Option to be on the balls of the feet. Otherwise, we'll see if we can sit it down. We'll hold for 3 seconds. And allow the heels to touch for a moment. 2 seconds. Again, breathe. And then on 1, straighten out the legs completely. All right. I'm not going to have my back to you anymore. All right? You stay wherever your top of the mat is. From here, we're just going to scoot the feet in the tiniest bit. I go into forward fold, and we have some options. In fact, I would want the feet, I would say about hip width distance, maybe just beyond hip width distance. I'm going to first see if I can bring my shoulders underneath of the thighs as much as I can. Take a moment to work yourself into it. And it doesn't have to look so graceful either, right? Just work yourself in there. Maybe your palms are behind the Achilles, and you use that to help kind of work your chest through. Now, Titibhasana B variation. You can place your palms here on the ground, and you could work towards straightening out your legs as best as you can. You could see if you can grab the bind behind you. So let's see if you can. Whoop. All right, we just got it today, just barely for the camera. All right, so maybe you can grab a bind and then work on straightening out the legs as the chest pulls through. All right, any variation of this Titibhasana B variation? And when you're ready to come out, oh, it's the fun part. Release. Your palms might be on the mat right now behind your heels or Achilles. They're right where we need them to be. I'm going to see if I can sit my butt or hips right onto the shelf I'm making with my triceps. All right? Now, arms might be bent initially. I'm going to scoot my feet out. We'll first see if we can extend and get the legs to hover. 2 things. I want to try to straighten out my arms and point through the feet for Titibhasana. All right? Tricky stuff. As you can see, I'm slowly sliding down little by little. Give it a shot. There's 2 different shapes that I feel like kind of get made here. For me, there's more rounding of the spine and the hips and legs shooting forward, whereas another shape or approach is where the butt sinks low and then the hips and feet start actually pointing up towards the ceiling. For me, because of just the hips, the first version is more comfortable, where they're kind of straight versus the one where they go up. So again, your Titibhasana might look a little different than some others. So here is again a more straight approach versus whoop, where the butt, I can't get into the other one. The butt starts sinking down, the feet start pointing more up towards the ceiling. All right? If your elbows stay bent, it's totally fine. Over time, we work to press, straightening out the arms, and you can use the, again, elbows as a nice little shelf. Right? So they can be here on a shelf, and then we scoot. Whoop. You can just stay here, but over time, we want to press into the mat and extend through the feet. All right? Give it a shot. It's a tricky one. When you're ready, we'll see if we can come back to a down dog. Play around with Titibhasana if you'd like, and we'll come back to down dog. All right, we have one more side to move through. Let's take a big inhale and an exhale here. Let that go. At the bottom of your breath, look up, bend the knees, step, jump, walk, hop, top of mat. Exhale and fold. Slight bend in the knees, round up. When we get to standing, we're going to stop right there. Plant your right foot down, flat to the floor. Shin or big toe hold. Take whatever option you did last time. You can start extending it out, right hand on right hip. Otherwise, leg begins to open up to the side for B variation. Ooh, get your balance. Hold it out there. Proud chest. When you're ready, let's bring it back in front of us. Left leg comes in front. Carefully release it. Send it back for triangle pose. Not such a huge step. And the left foot is on a slight angle. All right? Extend the arms. Press your left hip to the back of the mat while reaching with your right fingertips. Right hand comes down. Shin foot floor block, big toe hold. Left fingertips reach up. We'll hold for 3. Again, energy's moving up. This light right hand is light. 2. On 1, engage. Left obliques. Come all the way up. Pivot right foot to face the side of the mat. Drag the feet in. We'll hold for 5. Squeezing. Inner thighs turn on. It looks like I'm doing nothing, but I'm working, right? 4 seconds. Heels dragging in. You could do this at ShopRite or Wegmans when you're online. People look at you. You're crazy if you make a face. But you know your inner thighs, your adductors are getting stronger. When you're ready, relax the inner thighs. Separate the feet to your straddle distance. And then create tension again. Pulling everything in. We'll try for 5. 4. 3. 2. And then it's a forward fold on 1. Send the glutes back. Lead with the chest. Forward fold. Melt all the way down. Again, you can think about walking the hands through the legs. Maybe the crown touches down over time or gets close. We'll take a few breaths here. One more breath. All right, see if you can carefully release by looking up halfway. Plant the palms down. Lean forward. Press into the mat. Come up onto your tippy toes. Feel the weight move from feet to palms. We'll hold for 3. Press. Shoulders by ears. 2. On 1, heels drop back down. Pivot on the feet to face the top of the mat. Shift the weight into your right foot. Left leg bends. Reach back. Try to grab it. And then begin to kick the foot into the hand for 3. 2. I've got to put some lotion on. I got some ashy legs. This is what happens when it gets cold. All right, on 1, release that right hand down. I want you to think combo of half moon pose and standing splits. So my body kind of looks like standing splits, but I'm unintentionally opening up this hip, flexing the foot, so we can hopefully feel more of the inner right thigh versus just hamstring, and also this left glute med, the one that helps to bring the legs externally away from the body. We'll hold here for 3. Again, it's open. Really, really use this muscles to keep this glute med muscle to lift that left foot while it's flexed. 2. Then warrior 2 pose is where we go with it. A little bend in the right knee. Allow the left foot to carefully touch down behind you. Whoop. See if you can get your balance and transition gracefully. Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders down and away. Fingers reaching away. Bending into that front right knee. It's not caving in though. Opening little by little. Breathe and sink down. Shoulders melt down. Breathe. Straighten out right leg. Right palm touches top of right thigh. Left arm reaches up, slide the right hand down, down, down. Slide the right hand back up. 1. Look up towards this left palm perhaps. Slide the hand down, back up. 2. Final 1. Slide, slide, slide. Triangle for reps. Come up, up, up. Pivot. Right foot to face the side of the mat. Find myself a little long. I'm going to scoot it in. Heels in. Sit the butt back and down. Tuck the tailbone. Knees press open. Sit it back and down. We'll hold for 3. Option to lift heels. Again, more important, knees are opening. We want to feel inner thighs. 2. On 1. Allow heels to touch down, straightening out the legs. Let's give it another shot. Scoot, scoot, scoot. TT Basana B variation. Forward fold. Work your chest through your legs. See if any bagel people are out there watching this one. Work it through. Palms can plant down behind your heels, and you can keep your palms on the ground. And then from here, try to straighten out the legs. The bind was another option where we try to bring one hand and then both. Maybe we can grab a bind here in the lower back, then try to straighten out the legs. This will absolutely set us up for where it is that we're going. All right? So with one of those perhaps palms behind heels or the bind, we're going to see if we can plant the palms down with the fingers turned out and make that shelf so that your butt can sit onto the triceps. Scoot, literally, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Walk the feet out, and then see if you can find that balancing spot to where the legs lift. Maybe we're working here today, we're hanging out. Over time, we begin to press and straighten out for TT Basana. Lots and lots of core, and then from there, you can see if you can shoot it back. All right? It's a fun one. If you feel pretty comfortable in TT Basana, there's many places you can go. You could go from TT Basana to crow pose. You could go TT Basana to handstand, all right? Lots of fun stuff. If you want to see either of those, you got to come to class this week. There's the teaser. All right. Send the feet back. If you want to keep working on TT Basana, feel free. Otherwise, you can take a chaturanga or a child's pose to finish off this particular side. We'll come back to our down dog, all right? We're going to finish up here in just a moment. So we'll take our down dog. We'll take a nice inhale and exhale. Final breath. All right. In order to get to your glutes, you can try a jump through, or you can come down to your glutes. If you like a jump through, maybe blocks will be helpful for that. Right foot will step up halfway, cross high on the calves, press into the floor, lean, whoop, shoot the feet through, feet go to the edges of the mat. You can find the same, feels nice to relax, the same starting position in Shavasana pose. All right, so first of all, thank you for joining here with this TT Basana sequence that we put on there for this particular week. I wanted to make it a little bit more challenging this week. We have this is Thanksgiving week coming up, so we'll look at that. I always try to also make the Patreon videos a little bit shorter. I think this one actually ran a little longer. I've been trying to keep them between around 30 to 40 minutes, so at your home practice maybe it's a little bit shorter. So if you want to come into the studio, if you feel comfortable, we have a little bit extra for you. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments or just reach out. We are open to in-studio classes if you're comfortable. If not, please continue with the Patreon account, and I thank you so much for doing so. If you have any friends or family that might be interested, it's a very easy link on the website homepage, so if they're interested, just send them to the website. Otherwise, try to take 3 to 5 minutes in your final Shavasana. If you want to finish with a little hip opener or anything, we did quite a bit already, or maybe even a twist, but maybe 3 to 5 minutes in your final rest and Shavasana. And until next time, thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving this week. And again, Again, questions or comments, feel free to reach out. Until next time, everybody, thank you again. Peace, namaste. Have a great, great rest of your day and week. Peace, 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 namaste. Great job.